What's up, sports bettors? Alex here. What we're going to be doing is placing the sharp bet of the day. I'm going to be using my all-time favorite sportsbook, WynnBet. I love these chips that they give you, which boost the return on your parlay. So we're going to be looking for two good lines from WynnBet, placing a positive expected value bet for this weekend, and going through the math of it. So the first bet I'm going to take is Arizona State plus 14.5 versus Washington. So if we go here, we want to go to football. We want to move quick before the lines move. And we can go, we can put in Arizona plus 14.5 minus 110 odds versus Washington. We can go down and you can see most sports books have the spread set at 13.5 or 14. We've said this in other videos, but the distribution is centered around Washington winning by 14 points or 2 touchdowns. So if you're able to pick up the additional half point in the spread, minus 110 odds on WynnBet, that's a pretty great betting opportunity, right? Pinnacle is all the way down at minus 127. Fox Bet's all the way down at minus 125. And most sportsbooks have the spread set at, plus 14, minus 14 in this game. And if Arizona only loses by 14 points, our bet on WynnBet would win, and our bet on, a plus 14 point spread on any of these other books like DraftKings, Betfred, BetMGM would lose. And there's not a small probability that Arizona loses by exactly 14 points, right? The point spread is set at 14, so the distribution is centered around Arizona losing by 14 points. So getting plus 14.5 at minus 110 odds is a great betting opportunity. So that is the first leg we are going to include in our parlay. Arizona plus 14.5 minus 110 odds. And then the next bet we're going to include is Navy. So this was also on the positive expected value page. And if we go to moneyline, you can see, Pinnacle is all the way down at plus 159 for Navy moneyline. And just doing a quick comparison of odds, plus 180 seems like a pretty great price for Navy. So we can place this bet as well. So you can just, literally just scanning the lines, no math involved. Plus 160, plus 160, plus 160, plus 180 clearly seems like it's value odds. So Navy moneyline plus 180 will be our second leg. And, go big or go home. We'll place $1,000 on this or whatever. We'll place 1,500. We'll see if they take it. And confirm your locations in Colorado. Okay. So I'll confirm my locations in Colorado, successfully validated, and I'll place this bet. Maximum stake allowed is $1,000. Okay, so I'll place $1,000. So now we have a 2-leg parlay. Whenever you place a parlay on WynnBet, you can use your chips to spin the wheel, which essentially just gives you a boost to the parlay you have. So I'll spin the wheel. We'll see what we end up getting. And it's spinning, spinning, spinning. We get a 5% boost to our parlay. So not great, but still not terrible. So our odds are boosted from plus 435 to plus 456 with this boost. So we have Arizona State plus 14.5 and Navy money line. Again, I don't know anything about either of these two teams. All I know is the math supports both of these bets. So we have Navy money line plus 180 and Arizona State plus 14.5 minus 110 odds. So what we want to do is we want to figure out, and we placed $1,000 on this boosted 5% boost to plus 456 odds. So our parlay is Navy money line plus Arizona, plus 14.5. And we bet $1,000. And we place this bet at plus 456 odds. So our profit if we win is, $4,560. Simply $1,000 staked at plus 456 odds. So what we want to do first is we want to figure out what is the fair win percentage for Navy moneyline and what is the fair win percentage for Arizona plus 14.5. So again, just doing a quick scan of the lines, it seems like plus 180 is pretty good odds. The best odds you can get on any other sportsbook are plus 160. So what we can do to get an estimate of the fair price is we need to remove the juice from the sportsbook lines. So we look at Pinnacle. Pinnacle is the most efficient, sharpest sportsbook out there. So we use that as an estimation of the fair win probability for Navy. Is Pinnacle perfect? No. Could they be shading their market in certain directions? Sure. But we're using this as an estimate of the fair win probability for Navy. So we can go here, we can put in plus 159, minus 195, and we can see that the fair odds for Navy to win this game should be roughly plus 171.2. And WynnBet's giving us plus 180. WynnBet is the outlier, giving us plus 180, which is why sports betting is so fascinating, is all these sports books offer different odds, which allows you to line shop very aggressively as a sports bettor and find discrepancies in the odds and where the value is. And we can see Navy plus 180 seems like a pretty good price. And the probability that Navy wins this game at a fair price of plus 170-120 is 36.87%. So again, every odd has an associated, implied probability. So 36.87% implies a fair win probability or fair odds of plus 171, which is what we saw right here when we put in Pinnacle's market. So again, 36.87, well, now I already forgot, but I believe that was the fair win probability for Navy. So we'll go back to this game. Plus 159, minus 195, no vague odds calculator. Plus 159 minus 195, our fair win probability for Navy is 36.87%. So our fair win percentage is 36.87%. And we also had Arizona money line plus 14.5 at minus 110 odds. So we'll go to Arizona versus, I forget who this, I think they were playing Washington State. Yep. And what we can do is we can go to plus 14.5 and we can get an estimation of the fair win probability for Arizona plus 14.5. What is the probability Arizona covers the 14.5 point spread? Nobody knows the future in sports betting. Games have a lot of variance. A few, incomplete passes, whatever you want to say, can drastically shift the game. Sports has variance. What you're doing as a sports bettor is you're looking for discrepancies in odds and where you can find value. And we can see, minus 110 on WynnBet seems pretty good considering most sportsbooks have the spread set at 14. So Pinnacle's market was minus 127 for Arizona plus 14.5, plus 106 for Washington State minus 14.5. So we can put in Pinnacle's market to the no vig odds calculator to back out the fair price, the point of indifference for Pinnacle Sportsbook, to get an estimate of the fair win probability for a bet. And we see it's 53.54% for Washington or for Arizona to cover the 14.5 point spread, right? So 53.54%. So 0.5354. We placed our bet at plus 456 odds. We bet $1,000 to win 4.56 grand, right? So what is the probability we win this bet? Well, these games are uncorrelated, so we can simply multiply the probability that Arizona covers the 14.5 point spread and the probability Navy wins the game to get our estimate of the joint win probability for this parlay, right? We need Navy to win and Arizona to cover the 14.5 point spread for us to win this parlay. So we multiply these probabilities together to get an estimation of the fair win probability for our parlay. And we can see that would be 19.74%, right? So which means our loss percentage is 1 minus that, 80.2%. So what this means is 19.74% of the time, we're going to be winning 4.56 Gs. The other 80.2% of the time, we're going to be losing our wager, our stake of $1,000. So the expected value of this bet is 19.74% times $4,560 minus 80.259% times our stake of $1,000, right? Using the zero vig lines from Pinnacle, the fair win percentages, our estimate of the true win percentages for each team, for each bet, we can back out the expected value of this wager is $98, right? So the way I view it as a sports bettor is by finding two good lines, I was able to lock up $98 in expected profit. Will every bet win? No, of course not. That's not the way sports betting works. But when you have a bunch of profitable uncorrelated bets placed, like you can see here. I have, a ton of wagers already placed for this weekend. Arizona State, Missouri parlay, Arizona State, Indiana parlay, Tulane money line at minus 165 odds. When you're getting odds that are better than the fair price and you're placing a lot of bets at odds better than the true fair price, you're going to win in the long run as a sports bettor, right? So the expected, return of this bet would just be 9.8%. The expected value of our bet divided by the stake. So this is a profitable bet, right? We're earning the return of the stock market in a few days by placing this bet on these 2 college football games. So I hope you found this video helpful. That's my Wynn spin wheel. I would have, tried to place a bit more on it. I still have 647 chips to use, and that's what I love about WynnBet. I feel like I always have these, reward points to use, so I always have another mathematically profitable bet I can place, which is why some of my highest sports betting profit and loss, is unsurprisingly on all the different win bets, because they offer these chips on a recurring basis, which for a sharp sports bettor who understands markets, understands value, it's pretty easy to win on WynnBet in the long run. So I hope you found this video helpful. Any questions you have about sports betting, you can reach out to OddsJam, and thanks so much for your time.